Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another guitar channel number 5. In today's episode of the videos I'm making, which are for all those guitarists who cannot play the guitar but they love to turn the knobs, we're gonna check something which is overdrive, which is green, and which has 3 knobs. And everybody thinks at the moment, oh, another copy of TubeScreamer. No, this is not another copy of the TubeScreamer. Don't be fooled by the color and 3 knobs. This is German classic natural overdrive based on the sound of Fender Bassman combo from 70s, black face or silver face, one of those, I don't remember now, but anyway, very good combo with very good crunchy sound. And besides the color and 3 knobs, it does have nothing in common with TubeScreamer. It is an overdrive, so it's overdrive green and 3 knobs, but actually absolutely no reliability and no connections with TubeScreamer. So don't be fooled. And I'm hoping that you understand what I'm saying, because the constructor of this effect is pissed off, really, that everybody thinks it's another copy of TubeScreamer. But if you check it out and if you play it, you will know it's not a TubeScreamer. It's something absolutely different. First of all, TubeScreamer has no bass. TubeScreamer is very mid-ranges, and actually, you know, if you tweak it up, it's very with lots of high notes and things like that. Here, there's something absolutely different. Like I said, it's based on Bassman, so it sounds with nice, clean, full of headroom and resonance bass. Like, if you know Fender Bassman amplifier, you know what I'm talking about. Nothing else sounds like this, honestly, except these Nobels. It replicates this sound very, very well. I had the pleasure of playing Fender Bassman long time ago, at the beginning of the century, and recording with it. And I was playing in a new metal, something stonery rock. There was no stoner rock down then yet, but anyway, something like that in a band like this. And we didn't have our own amplifiers, and we went to the studio with the Shredmaster and V-Twin from Mesa Boogie, and there was Fender Twin and Fender Bassman there, and we used those amplifiers. And actually, I think that sound was so amazing that I love it till now. And when I've heard this effect, and I didn't even written the history of this effect, I was like, wait, that reminds me of something that I know from my past. So it really recreates this feeling of the Bassman, and the natural overdrive here is not just a name, it's not just the marketing slogan, it's nothing like that. It is something which is really describing what you hear. Like I said, the effect is green and is an overdrive, and it got 3 knobs. But don't be fooled with another thing, because the tone knob here, which is called Spectrum, ZX Spectrum Plus Spectrum, it is not like a usual typical tone knob which you will find in 90% of the overdrives on the market. It is something else. It's not just like a mid-range high cut or something like that. It's nothing close to it. Every single movement of this knob changes the tone structure, but not in the way that you know from the other overdrives. So you will hear it and you will know what I'm talking about. Of course, it is more bassy and more trebly, but not in the way you know at the moment. You know, if you play standard overdrives on the markets, SD1 or OD1 or TS9 or Maxon or whatever, it is absolutely different. This effect can work as a standalone effect with a clean channel, and will give you bluesy and rocky tone. Lots of Nashville country players loves it as well for the crunch, you know, with the Telecasters. It reads the pickups very well, and if you punch it with the high output pickup, it will give you lots of nice sound as well, and it will give you nice distortion even in some way. It's not the distortion to play metal, but actually it is for good hard rocking. So if you got like 12 kilo ohms or 15 kilo ohms or something like that, or you get active pickup, it will punch it very, very well. Of course, because this is the Overdrive, you can use it as a booster. You can use it, you know, to pump up your already little driven up channel on the amplifier, which I've made, and my jaw was dropped to the floor. I need to like pull it up, because the metal sound I've heard from EVH on the second channel, with not so much gain, pump up with that, boost with that, was one of the best metal sound I've heard long time. It was one of the best sounds, like metal sounds I've heard. I couldn't even say ever. So that's what it is. This bass which is coming out of this effect, this bass from Bassman, was really doing the job and was really making this sounding differently and so full, and actually with such a nice, you know, like punch and power, and something which is making you smiling and wanting you to play even harder and being more loud and more aggressive. I don't know if more aggressive comes with smiling, but in terms of guitar playing on distortion, it does, because then you turn all the bad energy into a good energy playing songs. Anyway, it is a very, very good effect. But there is two differences. Because I didn't tell you. But I got two of them. I got the big one and the small one. Big one looks like the original from 1992, which I saw in the magazines and the adverts, and I was always wondering what it is and how it sounds and why is it so different, why people like it. I've never had the option of having the original one, so I don't know if it's really the same like the original, but it is really the same like the small one. There is slight differences in tone, probably caused more by you know, the way of I use the port, and maybe, like, you know, the half millimeter was a difference of half millimeter or something like that, and then that's why I've heard the difference. The overall sound of it is very, very nice and very, very good. So actually absolutely no problem with it. And if you want something small for your pedal board, you can go for the small mini version, or if you want this ODR one, something bigger, you can go for the bigger version. There is two differences between them, except the size. Size does not matter. Here you got another jack input, and actually you can put the remote in. So if you got some kind of MIDI connection, MIDI switch, you know, and you use the patcher, MIDI patcher, you can switch it off and on with this. So that's how it is. So you don't need to use it always on. You can have more control of it. Here that you don't have this, you just got input and output. And here under the battery compartment, you open this, and under the battery compartment, which is, by the way, on the hinge is the word for in English, on the hinge, I think it's hinge. So you're not gonna lose it like the old one from the 90s. Here, down there, you got something which is called bass cut. So you can get rid of this bass if you don't like it, and you can turn it into a little bit more standard overdrive. Still not the same like TubeScreamer, but a little bit different. To be honest with you, I don't like it without it, and actually I'm in love with this effect because of this bass, and that's what's make it much better. Metal chassis in both of them, very good, you know, like very well made. German electronic engineering, so the quality is, you know, from high level, and made in China, like everything now in the world, so no worries. SMD, of course, which is probably better anyway than the old versions of, you know, of the effects, and it's less breakable. It's not breaking so much, so it's not. So to be honest with you, I would recommend this effect for someone who wants a good booster for metal playing, someone who wants nice but a little bit different and more full sound for the blues, for rock and for things like that. I don't know how to play country, so I don't even know how to play blues as well, but I'm a little bit more bluesy than country, you know. So actually I would recommend it for those kind of music, and actually you would not be you know, disappointed if you connect it. Like I said, I played on EVH 5150 50 watts you know, Fender amplifier, which has already the clean channel based on the Fender sound. So when you hear it with the clean sound, you know what it is all about, and it's, you know, it's good for that. But I've as well used the second channel, and I've used like a little bit more of gain from this amp, and actually I pump it up with this. I've used many different guitars. Just listen to it, enjoy, tell me in the comments what you think, and thank you guys from Nobels from Germany for making this effect. Unfortunately, I need to send it back to the Polish distributor. But if you like the video and you would like me to be like granted for saying it's not another version of TubeScreamer, if you're watching it at Nobels, please contact me and send me one. I would be pleased, and you know, I would be like, you know, thinking of you at nights and days. Maybe not, but I would be really glad. So for Christmas, send it to me for Christmas. No, thank you guys for watching another channel. Bye.